Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a celebrity psychic reading on Ricky Martin. This is one person that I have not done yet a psychic reading on, so I'll be covering his marriage to Jwan, or I don't know how you say his name, Jwan. Is it Yousef? I'm not that good with pronunciating names, but his spouse and the children and his life in general, his career. I'm going to be covering all those topics today. So I'm going to just dive right in and talk about their relationship because I've been following Ricky Martin for quite some time. I'm a big fan of his as well. And, I've seen some of the magazine covers, showing the children and how, good that they are both fathers. And they were so excited with their, the children, coming into the family, etc. So it's been very interesting. When I get into both of these individuals, I do see that there is a lot of love for one another. I do feel like the relationship is not necessarily exactly how the public perceives it to be, that like this perfect family or perfect family dynamic. There's been a lot of of them having to fight for what they want and having to defend themselves, even though they don't owe anyone an explanation. But when you are a same-sex couple and you have children, there's a lot of scrutiny, there's a lot of eyes thrown and bad energy thrown to them. Out of the two people themselves, I would say that Jwan, or Yousef, however his name is pronounced, his Ricky Martin's partner, in other words, is a little bit more stronger than the two of them in the relationship. I feel like he's the strongest energy. And when it comes to Ricky, I feel like Ricky has periods where he is kind of goes through some insecurities with this body image. It's always like this need to maintain his body a certain image because he is judged if he gains weight, if he doesn't have his correct, styling. And he's a trendsetter, obviously, and into fashion and whatnot. There is a lot of eccentric type of energy around Ricky, but I feel like Ricky is kind of pulled away, in some cases disconnected when he is by himself from people. And in some ways I feel like there is some mental anguish, there is some depression that is settling into this relationship. And I do feel like he is kind of codependent with his partner in some ways that maybe to the public eye we cannot see that. The thing here is that their relationship, what I've been picking up and hearing from spirit and seeing, is that eventually these two gay couples, or gay couple, is going to eventually separate. It's coming down the line. The timeline I would give would be within the next 5 years or less, but I feel like it is going to be more prevalent, and it may start off as like arguments and jealousy. Ricky has this part of him that he's a sweet guy, don't get me wrong, but there is this part of him that is kind of controlling, and I feel like that there is going to be coming a moment where his partner wants to maybe like move away from this, move away and maybe have eyes on someone else. And it's not uncommon that this would happen. I would say that the children would stay with Ricky, but there would have still like a continued type of co-parenting situation. But I do see a separation coming, and the reason for it, again, I feel like, again, Ricky's partner is going to kind of like gravitate towards someone else. There could already be some infidelity that maybe is not really known at this point, but maybe Ricky also has some slip-ups as well, because I do feel like they have been with other people while they have been with each other, and that's just the way that it's coming through. I do see that Ricky would be heartbroken if this was to occur, but he is definitely a survivor and would bounce back and would definitely get in another relationship later on. They both would, but I don't feel like Ricky will ever remarry after this. If it is true what Spirit is saying, and this relationship dissolves, I don't feel like they would definitely get married. Well, Ricky wouldn't get married. I do feel like his partner would remarry with someone else, but this would be a totally heartbreaking event for Ricky, and it would be a setback. And so with that, I feel like there is a tendency to fall into some dependencies, whether this is alcohol, whether this is, substances in some cases. I also get that Ricky's health, and then again, I'm not a doctor and I cannot diagnose, but there is something wrong with Ricky. When I tune in, I don't feel like energetically he is in the best condition, even though, yes, you look at people from the outside and maybe when they take their shirt off, they have the six-pack abs, and they have this chiseled chest and they seem like the picture perfect of health. But for him, I don't see that. I see internally that there are some changes. I feel like there is muscular and skeletal pain. There's a lot of pain in his body. I also get that if he's not careful, he can develop some issues with circulation. Even in the mind, by his eyes, I get a lot of tension. So there's a possibility that he does suffer from migraines. Like I said, I don't follow these artists, so I don't know much about it. I know that his partner, I believe, is an artist or has some kind of connection with the arts. And I do get that his partner has different goals in mind. I feel like he loves having the children, and being a parent, but there is something that is a little bit drifting. His energy pulls apart from Ricky in some ways, and he has a stronger presence. And I feel like even though he's definitely a good guy, they're both good guys. I mean, we're all humans. Some people make mistakes. I feel like ultimately he wants to move on from this relationship because, like I said, I see that there's a lot of toxicity in this relationship, some manipulation on Ricky's part and some manipulation on his partner's part, and it's just a darker situation. And I feel like there's other people conspiring as well to see them separate, because they feel like maybe since he's gotten into this relationship with his partner that he has changed or has forgotten about certain people, because it's become his relationship has become engulfing or somewhat has taken over a lot of the personality that he used to be before he was, married. When he was single and kind of, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Promiscuous, or I don't know if that's the right word at all, but you know what I mean, kind of like more of a free spirit. So that I definitely see. I also feel like there is, and I see some money loss if he's not careful with his investments and stuff like that. There is a potential to lose out on some deals, and I feel like this could be around TV, hosting a show, performing. This could be something where a younger artist, kind of that's Latin American culture as well, would actually get that and snag it from Ricky's hands, even though he is, an icon in the making. But there is an ending coming soon, some finality in Ricky's situation. This could be, around his career, ending a project, an album. There's something that is going to be, he's finishing up, possibly, and wrapping it up and starting a new beginning, looking to new projects or business ventures. And I do see him, kind of juggling and kind of, stressed out. He finds a lot of solace in his partner. And the thing is like his partner is definitely an empath. And I feel like Ricky is, is someone that has some spiritual abilities that he may not talk about. What I'm going to get to is like a medium type of abilities. And so I don't feel like Ricky understands his capabilities or his spiritual abilities full-heartedly. And what is happening is that a lot of this is kind of carrying over, and it's overwhelming his partner. And so his partner also has some bad days, some good days, and some days he just doesn't feel motivated. They both kind of find some solace working out, getting physical, in the gym. This is kind of a way to kind of channel some of that energy away and kind of bring some balance in. I also feel like his partner is a healer in some ways, and does kind of create the ambiance. And however their home is decorated or their sacred space, the bedroom, it does bring a sense or an ambiance of Zen-like properties, or Zen-like conditions so that they feel kind of calm and in their element. However, I feel like the house is kind of decorated more like his partner would like than how Ricky would like. Of course, Ricky, doesn't is not much into that. I feel like, Ricky also has this natural vivacious type of and flirtatious energy, and so with him I feel like he also has a tendency to not maybe watch himself, even though he is in a committed partnership. Sometimes the flirting does go and extend, and he has desires and things that are unexpressed that he is getting into, that I will not go into in here, but it has to do with himself thinking about, now that he is in this relationship, it's forever, and when you hear the word forever, sometimes it scares people and it makes them change who they are. So again, I see that there is some changes on the horizon, and I feel like there is a strong female presence in Ricky's life. This could be a friend, a fellow singer, someone that's in the industry, and I feel like she has a strong influence in his life and sees things and is trying to help him kind of become stronger version of himself, helping him evolve, because this is ever evolving type of situation for him. But through his career, he has nothing left to really prove. I still see him continuing to make music, but I also see him kind of being a mentor to children and starting a foundation if he hasn't already. Doing charitable work, and kind of just enjoying his life, to the fullest. The thing here is that I feel like there is some danger with medication, and if he's not careful, and I don't feel like he is a very neglectful person, but sometimes when you are under extreme amount of stress and pressures, people can tend to gravitate towards this. As far as him living in Los Angeles right now, that is his residence as far as I know. I don't see him being in Los Angeles for much longer as well. And part of his downfall of his relationship is Los Angeles, just the energy there in Hollywood. It is so full of deception for many couples, and that's why a lot of Hollywood couples do not make it, because the vortexes that are there, the energy imbalance, the superficiality, of Hollywood, of Los Angeles, of a lot of the people that are in the industry and that kind of follow this motif or this type of pattern, energetic pattern. It's all about climbing to the top and staying there, and having this fun, this party life. And I'm not saying, of course, or being biased about people that live in Los Angeles or celebrities. Not every celebrity is like that, but I feel like the people that they would be around, these two people here, Ricky and his partner, of course, would have a major contribution to them. And I feel like also, like in the gay world, there's a lot of shady gay men that want to come in between two people that are already in a relationship, and they don't care at all. And this is not just in gay couples, in the gay LGBT community. It's also in the straight community as well. We see that with heterosexuals all the time. So again, this is just something for him to kind of create an awareness for him. But there is a lot of ups and downs and things over the next 2 years that he's going to be going through, and I feel like it's a lot of scrutiny on how he raises his children. People that are scrutinizing his relationship, and so again, he's going to have to remain strong and rebuild his life, if and when that time does come forward, that if Spirit is correct, which I never doubt Spirit, that they are going to eventually separate. And just, if that does come to happen, just know that I said it first. Psychic medium Ray said it. And I'm pretty sure there's other psychic mediums out there or prophets that, that see this as well when it comes into the relationship with Ricky Martin. And then his career, like I said, I feel like he may, take a little sabbatical, but I feel like he is wrapping up a project. But after that, I feel like a lot of sabbatical, spending time with children, going into a different type of project, but still around music. Maybe a movie deal, things like that. I feel like there is a telenovela or some kind of approach, somebody that wants him, to be in some kind of Latin American TV programming show, etc. But I wish him and his beautiful family all the best, and all of the Ricky Martin fans and Jwan fans, Yousef fans. So blessings and love and light. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please give it a thumbs up, share it if you can, and if you would like to set up a private reading with me, you can visit my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net/shop. All of my readings are on sale throughout the whole month of September, and it starts now, with the exception of emergency readings, and those have a turnaround time of 72 hours, between 24 and 72 hours. Don't forget to pick up a copy of my Starseed Footstep Oracle cards, which are available for pre-order right now and will be available worldwide on September 9th. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing, amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.